Stop everything for just a moment, because what I'm about to share will directly affect your pension, your money, and even the way your bank account works from now on. The DWP has introduced brand new rules for 2025 that could decide whether you actually get your payment on time or face delays, confusion, and stress. Most people don't even know this is happening yet, but you're hearing it here first, and that's exactly why this channel exists. We are not like the others. We are here only for people like us, ordinary pensioners, seniors, and families who depend on these payments to survive. This is our space, our community, and our voice. So before we go any further, hit that subscribe button right now, because together we'll make sure no pensioner is ever left in the dark and no one misses a single pound of what they've earned. If you are a pensioner or you are close to retirement, then stop scrolling right now, because what I am about to tell you will directly affect your money, your payments, and even your bank account from this year onward. The Department for Work and Pensions has quietly introduced new rules for how state pension payments will be sent out starting September 2025, and many people still do not even know about them. Imagine waking up one day, expecting your pension to land in your account as usual, only to see nothing there. Panic sets in, you call your bank, you call the DWP, and suddenly you are told that because your account details were not updated or verified under the new rules, your payment has been delayed or suspended. That is a nightmare nobody wants to go through, and that is exactly why we need to talk about this today. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because this channel is made only for people like us who depend on these updates. We bring you every alert, every change, and every rule that could affect your pension, your benefits, or your savings. You deserve to be the first to know, and subscribing means you will never be left behind or caught off guard. Now let us get into the big news. From the 1st of September 2025, the DWP has introduced a set of strict new requirements about which bank accounts are allowed to receive your state pension. This is not just a small administrative change. It is a full system update designed to fight fraud, stop overpayments, and bring the pension system in line with modern digital checks. The rule is simple on the surface. The account receiving your pension must either be in your name or a joint account where you are officially listed. That may sound obvious, but you would be surprised at how many people use accounts set up in other names or rely on old arrangements with family members or even outdated account records. Under the new system, that will not work anymore. If the account is not verified as belonging to you, the DWP will not release the money. The second part of the rule is about identity checks. Everyone receiving the state pension will need to verify their identity either through Gov UK Verify or an approved bank app. That means you may be asked to go online, scan your documents, take a photo of yourself, and confirm details before your pension continues to flow smoothly. For those who are comfortable with technology, this will not be a big problem, but many pensioners are not online every day, and many do not even own smartphones. The DWP has promised extra helplines, in-person support, and even bank assistance to make sure older pensioners are not locked out. But let us be honest, this transition will cause confusion. There will be delays. And the people most at risk are the ones who assume they do not need to do anything. So what does this mean for you? It means that you cannot just sit back and hope for the best. If your pension goes into an account that is in your name and already verified with your bank, you are probably safe. But if there is any doubt, if you have recently changed your bank, if you share your account with a family member, or if your details do not perfectly match the DWP records, you need to act now. Call your bank, double check that your account matches your legal identity, and make sure your information is up to date with the DWP. Do not wait until September to discover a problem. The government says these changes are designed to cut down on fraud. Every year, millions of pounds are lost because of errors, duplicate accounts, or fraudulent claims. By tightening the system, they believe they can protect taxpayers and make sure pensions go only to the right people. That is the official line. But there is another side to this story. Privacy groups and even some MPs are worried that this is just the first step toward even deeper monitoring of pensioners and benefit claimants. There have already been proposals to give the DWP open banking style access to people's accounts. That would mean the department could look into your spending patterns to check if you are really entitled to the benefits you claim. For now, that is not law, but the fact that it is even on the table has alarmed many people. Nobody wants the government snooping through their bank statements every month. Let us pause here and think about the human side of this. Imagine Mrs. Thompson, a 75-year-old widow who has been receiving her pension into the same joint account she once shared with her late husband. She has never updated the account name because the bank allowed her to keep it open. Every month, the money arrives, and she pays her bills without issue. But now, under the new September 2025 rules, that account may not pass the verification test because her husband's name is still on it. If she does not act, her payment could be frozen until she moves everything into a properly verified account. That is stress she does not need, and yet thousands of people like her may face it. Or take Mr. Ali, who moved abroad to live with his children, but still receives his pension into a UK account. The new rules require digital verification through govi.uk Verify or a banking app. But living abroad, he may not have easy access to UK verification systems. His payments could be delayed, and he may be forced to navigate a complicated process from overseas. These stories show us that while the rules sound simple in theory, in practice they will cause real challenges for ordinary pensioners. This is why staying informed is so important. The DWP has said that no pensioner will permanently lose their money because of the changes. Payments may be delayed, but once the account is verified, back payments will be made. Still, think about the reality. Bills do not wait, rent does not wait, and food needs to be bought every week. Even a delay of a few days can cause hardship. That is why preparation now is critical. And here is something else you may not know. The new verification system will also look at whether your national insurance number, your name, and your date of birth all line up perfectly with your bank records. If there is even a small mismatch, like a missing middle name or an old spelling error, it could trigger a block. That means if your bank has you down as John Smith, but the DWP has John A. Smith, you might face trouble. Fixing these small errors now could save you weeks of stress later. We also need to talk about the bigger picture. Why is this happening now? The truth is that the government has been under pressure to cut costs and reduce fraud across all benefit systems. Universal credit, disability payments, housing benefits, and pensions are all under tighter scrutiny. By rolling out new banking rules for pensions first, they are setting the stage for wider reforms later. That means what we are seeing today could just be the beginning. In a few years, it may be normal for the DWP to have direct access to bank information in order to decide if someone is eligible for support. That might sound like science fiction, but it is being debated right now. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with a choice. Either we prepare, stay alert, and make sure our accounts are ready, or we risk being caught off guard. And that is exactly why this channel exists, to make sure you are never in the dark. When you subscribe, you join a community of people who look out for each other, who share information, and who stay one step ahead of the system. Now let us go deeper into what happens if you do nothing. If September comes and your account is not verified, your payment will be flagged. The money will not simply disappear, it will be held until your identity is confirmed. But the delay could be anywhere from a few days to several weeks. During that time, you will be expected to call the helpline, send documents, or even visit a bank branch to sort it out. For some pensioners, this will be easy. For others, especially those with mobility issues or health challenges, it will be a nightmare. That is why carers, family members, and friends also need to be aware of these changes. If you know someone who is elderly and may struggle with digital systems, reach out to them now and help them prepare. Another thing to keep in mind is that banks themselves are also under pressure to comply. They are being told to report accounts that cannot be verified, and they must make sure their records match government data. That means even if you think your bank has your details right, it is worth calling them to confirm. Ask them directly, does my account fully match my government identity records? If not, how do I fix it? A simple phone call today could save you weeks of stress later. And do not forget, scammers are watching these changes too. Whenever there is a big update in government systems, criminals use it as an opportunity to trick people. Expect to see fake emails, fake texts, and fake phone calls claiming to be from the DWP or from your bank, asking you to verify your account. Remember this, the DWP will never ask for your bank PIN, your passwords, or your full card details. If you get a suspicious message, delete it and contact the DWP directly. Fraudsters love moments like this, so staying cautious is just as important as staying compliant. By now, you can see that these changes are about more than just a technical update. They represent a shift in how the government views pensioners and payments. It is no longer enough to simply provide your bank details once and forget about it. Ongoing verification and identity checks are becoming the new normal. Some people welcome this because it protects the system and ensures fairness. Others see it as unnecessary stress for elderly citizens who have already paid into the system their whole lives. Whatever your opinion, the fact is that the rules are changing and we all need to adapt. The good news is that if you act early, you can avoid most of the problems. Check your account, verify your details, and be ready for the September rollout. If you do that, your pension should continue without interruption. The people who will struggle are those who ignore the warnings, assume nothing will change, and then face a sudden shock when their payment does not arrive. Do not let that be you. And once again, this is why you need to be subscribed here. We are going to keep following every twist and turn in this story, from the rollout in September to any new proposals the government may bring in. If open banking style monitoring becomes reality, you will hear it here first. If new exemptions or protections are announced, we will cover them. And if there are ways to make the process easier, we will share them. This channel is not just news. It is a lifeline for people who cannot afford to miss a single update. So to wrap up, here is the key message. From September 2025, the DWP requires your state pension to be paid only into an account in your name or a verified joint account. You must complete identity verification, and any mismatch in your details could delay your payments. Act now, check your bank, update your records, and be ready. Do not wait until it is too late. And stay subscribed here so you never face these changes alone. This is your pension, your money, and your future. Stay alert, stay prepared, and together we will get through every change the system throws at us.